going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Caught behind the line. It's Humphries. Turning it on. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Motion from the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Shoots it to the left. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
He's got it. 1st down and more. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. The Bearcats are rolling down the field. Looking downfield, it's Watson. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. He caught it. He wrestles him down at the 3 after the grab. It'll be 1st and goal.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying to bowl his way in. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bearcats. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start this drive going to the air, floating away. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Gets it past the marker for a 1st down, and that's the way we will wrap up the 1st quarter. So 1st down here as they go back to work. To the air, it's Levitt. Now adjusting. Takes a shot as he lets it go. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big eye.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
But when it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Back to pass on second down. Throws to the tight end. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back.
Great job getting the interception. Maybe even better job on the return. You got the convoy, you're finding your blockers, you're out in the open field. You're saying, hey, coach, watch me with the ball in the open space. Maybe I can get on offense and get a few throws. That was a phenomenal individual effort.
And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a first and goal. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Wants to go up top. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to...
And they will score! Touchdown, Sun Devils!
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, and number 3 is coming soon.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Takes it inside the 25. Chance for great field position. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Looking to throw, it's Watson. With the catch, it's Phillips. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. And the quarterback's by his lonesome on second and inches. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. And the Bearcats come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. The Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got some room to run.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No, David, it looks like he's forcing the football a little bit, maybe trying to make up for that interception he threw on the last drive. But that last play, there was no way that football should have gone there. He could have gotten off of that and checked it down or thrown it away. This quarterback, he needs a breather.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
Lets it fly. Touchdown, Arizona State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
from their own 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
Here's the pressure. He's got it down the right side. There he goes. Touchdown, Bearcats. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
Fair catch, called for and made. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to pass, it's Levin. He slings it deep to the left. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And as a You want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots, you soften up the coverage, you get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Here's the heat. Got it in the middle, it's Porter. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Lofts one high and deep. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Under fire. Complete to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. Who knows, maybe being on the right hash will help him from 55 yards out. He can just take a big swing. And that is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to throw, it's Watson. That pass is incomplete. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
They make the stop, but he got the one he needed and plenty more. It's first and goal. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that is just what you want. You get a first and goal situation defensively, and you can get a sack and get a good loss, put them out of an easy running situation. Nice job by the defense.
Wants to fire on second down. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Sam Houston. And they take it in for 6 more points. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Going to try to get it himself. Crosses the 40. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. And the Sun Devils headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw on first down. He throws one to the left. Got it! Touchdown, Sun Devils! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Well, it's one thing to be aggressive. It's another thing to be greedy, and that's what they're doing now. They've got the lead, and they're like, no, we're still going to go onside, kick this thing, and try to maintain possession and just not give you the ball back. And that's exactly what they did. They go out, they execute, they have it, and they're trying to add insult to injury.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback now breaking the field. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Lots of running room, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Arizona State! Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Bearcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Snags it on the right. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yardage.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Sun Devils in the hurry-up. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter. This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. You'd love to get the score right now, but you also want to make sure, if you can, that the clock keeps moving.
So let's do both. Let's run the football, keep it on the ground, run the play clock down, but don't turn away a touchdown. If you're getting close and you can get in, take the 2-possession lead, end this ball game.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Quarterback sneak, wedging himself into the line. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And they've moved closer and closer, and still they need 2 yards. Third and goal. Go straight ahead.
Not able to pick up that first down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
And I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this first down.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking for space. It's Porter. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Finds the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And I think that call will leave people scratching their head. You know, you're down a possession. You got to go make something happen. The clock is ticking. Like, we got to take some shots down the field, or we got to get our butts out of bounds after we make those catches.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got it on the right. Hits the crease. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bearcats!
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or do you go for 2? Do you go for the win? Do you try to take the lead? That is a you decision.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. To kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll call for the fair catch here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Levin. Got his man in the middle. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. That last catch puts him over 150 yards receiving on the day.
Reese, this defense has no answer for this guy. And it doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's run or who's been covering him. They just can't stop him.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, I know it's early in the drive, but we've got less than a minute to go here. We've got to be more aggressive. We got to take some shots and put some pressure on the defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Throws for the tight end. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Caught over the middle. It's Brown. At the 35, he's open. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Now, listen, he's in a rhythm right now. He's in a groove. We've seen good decision-making. He's been playing on time, and he's been deadly accurate throwing it. And guess what? This game is far from over.
And the Sun Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Give to Brown. Wide open spaces. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And that's good enough for 1st down. Number 35 on the field goal.
And it's good. He got it. He missed earlier, but connects when it mattered the most. That was fun, and it was big time, and it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, drawing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, David. That's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play. But you could see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and now moving forward, this is a huge confidence builder for this team.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.